Good morning, everybody. Today is, oh gosh, it might be May the 27th. It's Thursday and time to get back to work. Took yesterday off. We had to run some errands. So today is another day. I'm going to see if I can't do some rototilling today. See if the ground has dried up a little bit. So let's see how that goes. Alright, well, I got the rototiller down here and I did some tilling. It's not going too bad, but I'm a little leery about putting the plow attachment on the machine. I just think that the ground is still a bit too wet for that. So, I think I'm just going to have at it old school style. I've just got a few feet left in these rows. I'll show you. You can see, you might be able to see where that hoe is on the ground. I tried it out. I guess I'm going to have to just hoe this last 20 feet or so. If it means the difference between getting the potatoes in and not getting them in, I'll just go ahead and do it old school style. Actually, that would be old school style. But yeah, I'll do it. And I did rototill it to loosen it up. You might be able to see how the ground is roughed up a bit. Didn't do too bad. A lot better than the other day. At least I didn't bury the machine. So I rototilled the back end of this row and the back end of that row. So I'm just going to hoe them open to accept the seed potato. The other day when we were putting the seed potato in, I didn't get a chance really to talk about cutting seed potato. And the reason why was because we didn't have a lot that needed to be cut. And I was just putting them in the garden without cutting them. But you can cut these things. A lot of people don't. I don't think that in the potato industry they cut seed potato. They can't be paying people to sit around with a pocket knife and cut these things. But if you have a seed potato that has multiple eyes, like this one does, so for example we have an eye here and an eye here, so we have those two, and then over here we have one here and one here, there's even one there. You can actually cut that seed potato to give you two potatoes. This one here, I would not cut this one. I've got two totes next to me and I'm going to fill for each row. I'm not going to cut this one either. I've got two good eyes. I've got a couple small little things that some people might cut. I'm going to leave that as is. This one has three really strong eyes, a couple of small ones. I'm going to leave that one as is. I'm going to leave this one. This one I will cut. This might have been the one I had in my hand before. So I've got two eyes here, then two eyes here. So I'll just cut that in half equally. Like that. So I have two eyes on each half of the seed potato. And I'll just go through the rest in the same fashion. this one has 3 eyes, 3 strong eyes. 1, 2, and 3. I don't think I'll cut that one. I think I could cut this one. I've got an eye there, there, here, and here. So I'm going to cut that one. I'm not going to cut this one. This one I will cut. A lot of people say that you need to cut these things way ahead of time to allow them to scab over. I'm not in that camp. I used to be, but I found it doesn't make much difference. Most of these don't need to be cut, in my opinion. I guess the next farmer would probably say, no, you ought to cut those. But in my opinion, no, not so much. This one has a lot of eyes coming out of it. That's pretty interesting. So I've got half of it with 2 eyes, and this other half has 5 or 6. This has 3. This has 4. I'll cut this one. And that's it for cutting the seed potato. The only other thing I'll tell you about that is with the cut seed potato, like I said, a lot of people want that to dry off and scab over. I found it doesn't make much difference. What I do though is when I put them in the garden, I like to put them so that this side is down and the tubers are coming up. The only other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to begin rototilling the area over here where the late season potatoes are going to go. That's going to be much easier tilling. I already went down there once with a tiller. You can see where I parked it. So I'm going to hit that area. I'm going to try to get that area done, getting it rototilled before I quit for the day. I've got my 3 rows. 1, 2, and 3. This last row goes all the way down to there. And we have a little bit of potato left in the basement. I'm going to take whatever's left in storage and I'm going to put it in that last little bit of a row. Oh, I can't even raise my arm. From down there all the way to right about there. Right about there. That's going to be leftover potato. And then the rest of that row and 2 more, 3 rows total would be for the storage potatoes. Alright, so I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to go to the house now and wash my hands and make some pasta. So I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.